Alright, hello everybody. My name is Sunapple. I am one of your hosts of the tournament, and I will be here alongside
Me, Dynascape. How's it going, everyone?
Alright. So we will be revealing the quarterfinals map pool. This song is not in the map pool, luckily. So we should just go on to it right now. While we're here. So we will be having our lovely, my co-host, Rhymes with Mash, as well as our lovely cheater and a lot of other things, Epsilon. I most likely spelled Mayagari wrong because I kind of hand spelt it, and I'm not great at spelling, as a lot of people know. But we will be seeing that right now. So we'll just be waiting for Mash to put in the first map, which will most likely be Rice, I believe. It should be like a Jack map. So that's gonna be exciting. But
yeah,
there
he sees the message so that he can start the map.
Hopefully. But while we're here, we do have quite a few things going into losers, or not into losers, into quarters. So first things first, everybody will be having a conditional match. So if you are in the losers bracket, I should say not everybody, if you're in the losers bracket, you do have to play 2 matches.
Yeah, and this is the first map pool where you are first to 5 as well. Being that we're in quarters, we have a little bit more. We added one in the way of Rice, and also one LN. So with 2 more maps, we are going to first to 5 instead of first to 4 like we have been.
Yep. And just give my client a minute. What is it called?
Because this is definitely not the song.
And I may or may not have accidentally forgotten to download the map. But yeah, as you did say, we will be having an extra map. So be aware, the matches will most likely be longer. I know they've been quite long so far, but still. Where is the map? Oh, okay, here it is. No, it isn't.
Just give us a bit as we try to fix it.
Yep.
But you know, Sunapple, we did kind of see some pretty exciting ones, honestly. So I kind of am very happy to see teams go first to 5 because one match that stands out in my mind, it would be something like Hollow Gangsters, which is seed 1 against the 16th seed. We got super close every map, so like by teams having one more before they get knocked out, it should be really nice because they'll have that deeper pool to dig into.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see the differences in everything. Oh, please work. Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna restart my client real quick. So we will be having a bit of a break, being on the loading screen while we restart my client. But yeah, this being first to 5, we will be seeing a lot longer matches, and I hope more interesting, since actually this week's matches were pretty great. I think we saw like 2 to 3 tiebreakers, 2.5, I think.
I think 2.5, yeah.
So that's gonna be really interesting to see, just because we're adding an extra map. We will most likely be having, I feel, a lot more tiebreakers. And we did I saw the complaint of LNs being too hard, so we stepped up the Rice quite a bit, I think, this pool. As soon as we get the first map actually in, you will actually see quite a big difference from Rice 1 last week, which was Ibasho, our Korjak pick. And we're going to try to continue with the same thing to where Rice 1 is Korjaks, and kind of just keeping the same structure. But yeah, my client is now opening up, so wait, can they? I don't think they can hear me.
Just a little scuff. Can they?
No, they can't. They can't. Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Just a little scuff.
Just a little scuff.
All good.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No! Okay, this
Um,
is the rice one. This is actually rice 2. This is our stream pick. I'm sorry, this is a
it
bit
got spoiled.
dumb.
Sorry, guys.
Um, what is happening? Oh, okay, I figured it out. I'm so sorry. Alright, but this is our stream pick. It is Phony by Shion.
And this one is interesting. This is the stream pick. However, the snaps are sixths instead of your conventional fourths. So it will. I mean, to me at least, it seems so much more dense.
Yeah, and especially with a bunch of these really awkward trails as we did see Epsilon miss on, it's gonna be quite difficult, I think. It's gonna be a lot more difficult than the last map that we picked as Rice 2. And also, these like little bursts are also very, very brutal.
Yeah, super bursty, and again, like you said, those shows are really, really hard to hit. And I think with the snapping being 6, again, bringing that up, I think it's going to be like way harder for people to just 999 this. But, you know, I've been proven wrong again and again with our ET competitors.
Yeah, I do hope that we won't be seeing 999 just because of how like difficult this map is. I think it's super easy to just get a 200 at basically any place of the map, especially these mini jacks. Maybe if you're like
Oh
a bit
yeah,
nervous.
definitely the mini jacks.
Yeah. But this map is around 3 minutes. We're already halfway through, just having a slight break from a bunch of these really bursty streams, but we do kind of go back into them.
And all of our rice picks are pretty long, I would say. This one is one of 2, or well, yeah, there's 2 out of 5 maps that are under 3 minutes, and then 3 maps are over 3 minutes. So definitely kind of getting longer as well, more stamina draining as compared to some of our other rice pools.
Yep, and these players actually have the exact same act. This map is definitely quite easy to miss on, as we have seen Epsilon doing, but MASH has actually been keeping a full combo, I believe, so it's definitely possible to full combo.
Yeah, to be fair, MASH is like super well practiced right now, while Epsilon is at a internet cafe. So, I mean, yeah. However, Epsilon is ET when it comes to rice.
That is true, but we do see very similar patterns from the beginning, seeing a lot more like streams here alongside those mini jacks.
And with the chill to like end it off, jeez.
Yeah, but we will be coming to the end of this map. Just some LNs, not too bad. This is OD7, so some of the things can be a bit manipped.
And again, this is rice 2. I think the order got out of hand.
Yep. Alright. Ooh, Epsilon seems to have gone 2 misses. Let's see. Okay, we will be going on to Rice 1. We will be seeing Picora Trap. Why does it do that? Alright. We will be seeing Pecco Tropical House Remix.
And this one is some 110 really dense core jacks.
Yeah, this is a lot more dense than Eva's show that we saw last round, and it's a bit longer from what I believe. I think the drain time is something like 1:57, not the exact 2 minutes.
Yeah, you have this little part at the start, but after that, it's basically 2 minutes of just straight core jacks, and that's it. You get pretty much no breaks.
Yeah, this is, I believe, around the same BPM as Eva's show, but the main thing is just like the density has definitely increased, so I feel like there's just a higher chance of taking a miss on it. I do believe that we will be seeing super high scores, so this may be quite a bit of a risky pick for a lot of teams.
Definitely. The thing is with the density, I mean, we saw even with Eva's show, a lot of our teams kind of dropped like once or twice, whether it be one of their players or both on Eva's show. So upping that density definitely makes it a lot more scary.
Yeah, and we do see a bunch of these 3/4 just notes coming in. Just definitely a lot more dense than Eva's show.
Oh yeah, there's so many triples and quads, and especially in the back half when you're stamina's gone. Okay, yeah, you do get this little break, but again, it just starts up and you have to core jack for another minute straight.
Yeah, and as you did say, stamina can become an issue if you aren't super comfortable on this. But I think all the players in this tournament at this point actually are quite comfortable on this. So I think we'll see a lot more 200s than on Eva Show.
Yeah, and I think it's going to also be hard because you need kind of both of your players on your team playing this map to be on point for the whole time, which is kind of hard because, you know, with the density, any of your teammates could drop, and it's just, I don't know, it's hard to manage. Like, you need to have two strong core jack players on your team, and I don't think a lot of the lower seeded teams would have two teammates that could FC this on command with like amazing accuracy.
Yep, but we will be ending our Rice 1. We did Rice 2 a few minutes, or like 2 minutes ago, right before this, but we should be going on to Rice 3 now. And it will be Shiny Smiling Story.
This map, I would kind of compare it to Sivu President, where you have those roles in between every phrase. But it's basically 202 BPM with some pretty light hand stream, I'd say, though the anchor kind of changes every time. But yeah.
Yeah, and this map is 3 minutes 30 seconds, so quite a bit longer than some of the other maps in the pool. But it's quite stamina draining from what I've played. It's your classic Natsuka map, very hand streaming, as we do see in this intro a lot of just very fast hand stream.
And you even saw a little taste or a preview of the roles as well, because they come up so many more times during this. And with the way Sivu President went during round of 32, a couple of teams did drop. Like, we did see it a decent amount, if not 200s, then, or if not misses, then 200s. So this one's gotta be like really hard to SS for most teams, I think.
Yeah, and especially those transitions where we did see MASH actually take a break on, they can be quite difficult if you're not prepared for it.
And just look at the sheer density of it, some light hand streams, and the phrases are quite long. You are doing it for a very long while. There's those rolls we see again.
Yeah, these rolls are super brutal. They kind of come out of nowhere, and they're just there to really mess up your act if you're not in like the method.
Yeah, definitely.
But we do see, I'd say, quite a few mini breaks in this map. We are going to halfway point, a lot more snares now. But we're coming to the halfway point, and we see just a continuation from the earlier section, a lot of hand streams, a lot of rolls, as Dino was saying.
I would be really surprised if we saw a lot of SSs on this. This is definitely something that, just looking at the map, it's really tough.
Yeah, especially it being 3 minutes 30 seconds, and with a lot of these really awkward rolls, it's just kind of 200 bait constantly throughout the map. As well as miss bait, as we do see both players just constantly missing.
Yeah, again on those rolls. But honestly, I think that just comboing it is enough for some of the matchups, and you should probably go for combo instead of accuracy, given how many times a player can miss throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you miss and you try to get back up to that 400 cap, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's just so many places where misses can happen. Maybe don't focus too much on your accuracy, since I feel like either way, throughout the entire map, you will generally have pretty good act. Besides like the rolls, most of the hand streams are pretty easy to act.
Yep, and as we get into this last little phrase, that's gonna be the end of Rice 3 Shiny Smiley Story, our stamina pick.
Yep. And there are 5 rice maps, so we will be seeing our second to last rice map, which is coming up in a minute. This is going to be our more mixed rice pick. There's definitely no bias to the song.
Definitely not.
Zero bias.
But as you saw right there, that is going to be whatever, whatever, whatever with Ina.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, and Kiara.
Yeah, and Kiara. Nobody cares though, really. This map is OD 8.5, so going to be a bit harder to hack, as well as being 3 minutes. So rice pools are definitely quite long in this map pool.
And the mixed rice here is pretty much going to be speed and jacks for the most part.
Yep, and we see a little LN section, nothing too bad. Definitely a lot easier than the LN maps, but we do start off seeing quite a bit of jacks just to begin.
I guess you could compare this map to Huge W or a crazy buff version of Ground Pound, or even Crispy Fry Fry if you're looking for something that was comparable in the last couple of pools.
Yep, but we do see a lot of these really techy sections with kind of awkward notes to hit, of a lot of like mini jacks, a lot of really weird trills, one-handed trills.
Yeah, definitely.
But we do go into the chorus now. We see a lot of more long jacks right here.
Oh yeah, into those little mini jacks as well. It's gonna be really hard, especially because this part is kind of a banger. Can't help but sing along to it.
Yeah, it is super catchy. We do see
Even saw Mash say it in chat.
yeah, actually, maybe one of the reasons why I picked it. But
Because it slaps so hard, yeah.
it does. But we do see a lot of these really tricky, just like streams. A lot of these stairs, very difficult to. I feel like it's gonna be pretty difficult to hack.
Oh yeah.
This map is definitely a bit of a step up from some of the other picks, a bit more physical in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's pretty long too, clocking in at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. However, unlike a lot of the other maps, you kind of get a lot more on the side of breaks, or I would say easier sections to kind of recoup.
Yeah, and we just continue to see the same chorus as last time with a lot of these little long jacks alongside the bursts. We see a bit of a break, just holding a bit of an anchor, nothing too bad, mostly the rice there. We're going into the last quarter of the map.
Yep, only one more section left, and we're gonna start off with the jump jacks into the rolls.
Yep, and we do see those rolls, as you say. Nobody really messing up. These, a lot of these trills can also be quite difficult.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you saw those trills on the 3rd and 4th column. That was pretty deadly.
Yep, and we see some more of those jacks as we saw at the beginning.
Yeah, even with a couple of quads.
Yeah. We are coming into the end. I feel like this section especially is going to be where people are going to be messing up quite a bit.
That's gonna do it for Rice 4. That was whatever, featuring Ina. Oh yeah, and Kiara.
And Kiara. Made by Hako's Bale. But we will be seeing our last Rice map of the pool. It will be a custom map by Wolfview. Venom.
And I really like how this one turned out, right, Sun Apple?
Yeah, I actually like it too. It's a very techy map. Very difficult. A lot of mini jacks just put in with bursts as we will be seeing. But a little fun fact, this is actually our first and not last Hollow Stars map.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's pretty cool that you bring it up. We kind of thought when we played through the original difficulty, we're like, this is pretty good, but our players are insane, so we're just gonna upgrade it to 1.05 basically.
Yeah, I definitely think it brings the difficulty up quite a bit, and we do
A
see.
lot of it's seen in like the mini jacks on like the same column.
Yeah, just bringing it up a rate definitely made it quite a bit more difficult, which was quite a good thing in my opinion. I definitely think a more difficult map is better for a lot of these players.
Yeah, we don't want it to be an act tyranny, but sometimes it kind of seems like that with the scores that some of these teams and act players have been putting out.
Yep, but we do see a lot of these little streams alongside very, very fast mini jacks.
Yeah, those bursts are really hard to pull off consistently.
Yep, and here is our very, very techy section. A lot of really awkward snaps, some lands in between them.
Oh yeah, and the anchors as well.
Yep, and that's just a taste of what's to come, another 3-minute map. So definitely be sure to have quite a lot of stamina when you are playing these rice maps. But we are getting to the halfway point, we see a bit more one-hand trills. And continuing on from the beginning, a lot of just these mini jacks is present throughout the entirety of the map.
Yeah, I think the main section that you're gonna want to watch for is again this section right here with all of the bursts and the weird timings and snaps.
Yeah, just like these really awkward timings are going to be super bad for accuracy, and we do see Epsilon taking a miss on it, which is going to, hopefully is what's going to happen to a lot of players in the match.
Yeah, especially on the one-hand trills in those sections, I think that could be a big part of it.
Yep, and we see definitely no breaks in this map. This map has just been kind of hell through and through.
I suspect that this one is going to be banned compared to maybe some of the other rice picks if you're kind of going for a rice ban in general and want to play towards the side of the LNs or SVs.
Yeah, this map is super physical, so if you're not banning this, you're most likely going to be banning something like whatever. But we see that last chorus coming out just super difficult, just happening 3 times. Gives you a really high chance of not being able to FC the map just because of it.
Yep, but as the map closes out, that's going to be the end of our Rice section. That was Rice 5, a custom map by Wolfview. Song is Venom.
Yep, and as you did say, that's it for Rice. We will be going on to our... I believe our hybrid? Or no, our LNs.
Yeah.
No 990s anymore, yep, hopefully. And here's our first LN map. It'll be Hikari, or... Dinah, I think you'd be better at saying this.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hikaru Naru, which is, I think... It's, oh shoot. It's from an anime. I don't know which one. I forget.
It's from Your Lie in April, actually.
There we go.
I know
Yeah,
that
thank
one,
you.
Quite a bit. It is quite a popular anime, and definitely fitting for these characters, I'd say.
Yeah.
This is a bit more release focused, I believe. Yes, and we will be seeing quite a bit, like kind of difficult releases alongside these LNs, and we just see those right there.
Yeah, and I think that when this map gets dense, it gets like really dense where you're basically doing inverse on all 4 columns. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think you were saying in like some of the comments that she sent me that this map is quite easy in the beginning, but does get super difficult in the end. So if you think this is hard, just wait for the ending.
Yeah, a lot of the difficulty, like when, I guess it's really a big change because the easy parts are like you see here, they're pretty okay, but then you get to this and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and we just continue to see it, just super dense map here. Basically inverse, if I'm gonna be honest.
Right?
Yeah, some players I do think are gonna be destroying this quite a bit though, like Mash has been doing. A lot of these really awkward shields.
Oh yeah, and I don't think it's fair to say Epsilon is doing bad because he does not play LNs like at all. So definitely gotta be looking to Mash here for some pretty good scores.
Yeah, and I don't think this is. I think this is definitely a step up from Kira Kira, just because this is kind of consistently difficult, but maybe a bit easier than Domination by a slight amount, just because it's a bit easier to act, especially it being OD7.
Oh yeah, definitely. And again, with some of these sections, you know, it can get pretty easy, but then we're about to jump into this next hard section, and you can see basically inverse at this point, and then you get some really weird timings and releases.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're quite comfortable in any kind of LN or like inverse at all, this will be quite a good pick for you. Definitely has quite a lot of choke points in general.
Yeah, which definitely could be a huge boon to you because if your team, the team that you're facing isn't really seen as an LN team, LN oriented, this is a really good pick because they're basically going to be chopping a lot of the releases and dropping combo a lot.
Yeah, and I feel like throughout the entire map you're kind of just like holding an LN consistently. There's no real breakthrough. Just
oh
to,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
kind of calm your nerves.
And the fact that it's so dense is these weaker teams might see a lot of chain misses as well.
Yeah, definitely a high probability of that, especially with these kind of shields that come out of nowhere. We are coming into the last quarter of the map, just continuing the super dense sections.
Oh yeah, you barely get a break in this like back half of the map, and it's very long as well, clocking in at 4 minutes and 5 seconds, so definitely something to think about.
I think the length can be pretty good for a lot of teams since you do get that quite a bit of a buffer if you do miss for whatever reason, and you most likely will be missing, I'd say. Just because of how dense this is and how easy it is just to take a break by just misreading anything.
Yeah, so if you have some good LN accuracy players on your team, it's pretty nice because with how many notes there are, even if you do drop a miss, you can still get that ground back by just having a better act in general compared to your opponents.
Yep. And that is it for LN1. I believe that is our longest non-tiebreaker pick. Yes, it is. So LN players are not saved from the length of these map pools. But
Thankfully, though, this is the only one that's 4 minutes.
Yes. We will be going on to our next map. It'll be Ruma by Castella. I uploaded it as an OD8 version since it was originally OD0. And we wanted it
but we did get permission from Castella before anyone calls us out.
Yep. But this is a bit more physical from what I believe, from what I remember. Or actually, it's a bit more dense. It's a density focus, I believe.
Yes.
So we will be seeing quite a lot of little shields as we saw in that earlier section. And here we definitely see a lot more of that density coming through.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on in every column.
Yeah, just gonna have to really be focused on what's happening because there's constantly just like an LN being held basically alongside just a shield or like a reverse shield.
Yeah, lots of shields when it gets really dense.
We are already about a quarter in, not even at the chorus yet, but here we are. We see a lot of triples right there, as well as just kind of LN streams.
And also shields on 2 columns at the same time.
that chorus is now over. It is quite quick, so you do go right back into the a bit more easier section, but definitely not super easy to where you can just kind of double S everything. But we see that's super finger controller with a bunch of these kind of weird release sections. We will be going into this other chorus right here, 2/3 into the map, seeing a lot of more misses from both players here.
Yeah, and again, with this density being so high as is, lots of chain misses are available, as you saw with Mash, and I guess Epsilon throughout the whole map, but
yeah. Definitely quite a bit harder than the last map, so maybe if you're a bit more of a physical player, you will be wanting to pick this.
Yeah, I guess you could call it like a physical and density, with the physical side being from the shields and all of the little rice in between.
Yep. But as you did say, there's definitely super density where it's just super easy to call a block as you see Mash anyway, but we will be coming up to the end of the map. Still a lot to go, a lot of really awkward shields here, so be aware of that.
Oh yeah, as the map closes out, there's pretty much no time to wind down except for that. Like you get 1 second where it's easy at the end, but other than that, for the last fourth, it's pretty much an ongoing slaughter of notes.
Yep. And we will be seeing the last map, a bit more of an inverse map. Blue Clappers by Begin. This is a no SV edit since originally had some SV, so we didn't want to keep that in since SV in a map is a bit interesting.
Yeah, definitely, and this is, I think, our second no SV edit, because the one last round on Hybrid, right?
Yes. But this map is quite a bit more inverse heavy, quite release based, similar to LN1. But I feel like this map is a bit harder than LN1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, testing through the LNs, I definitely found this one to be kind of, I would say, harder than LN1, maybe easier than LN2.
But we do see the chorus up and coming, and we see a bunch of these really dense LNs here, and that section right there is just going to be super hard to hit really well.
Yeah, I would expect to see a lot of teams chop the releases and let go early for, you know, if not that section, some of these sections upcoming here.
Yeah, and a bunch of these like really fast little jacks with LNs are definitely going to be quite a big thing for some players. But this
and I think, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, there you go.
Some of these columns do have reverse shields, so again, personally, I was chopping a lot of releases trying to get to them, so I think we'll see a bit of that as well.
Yep, and we see the density pick up quite a bit in this chorus. This map is quite short, only being 2 minutes. Right? Actually, one of our shortest maps, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Definitely our shortest LN map. But I think its shortness definitely is definitely helped by how difficult and how dense it is. So misses are going to matter a lot more for some teams.
There's not a lot of time to kind of claw your way back if you do find yourself a miss, a couple of chop releases, or even a chain miss.
Yeah, and as you were saying earlier with these little shields, it's definitely going to be quite a big chance for some players to take breaks on. Alright, and we will be seeing, that will be our last LN map, I believe. We will be going on to our hybrids. We have 2 hybrids still. This is our second custom map. It is Animal by Sparky, or made by Sparky, sang by Kiara and Renee.
Yep, and this is Sparky's second custom map for this tournament so far. So big thank you to Sparky for helping us out with the pools, because it's very hard choosing, and especially on the side of hybrids, very hard finding things that are, I would say, like LN focused.
Yeah, hybrids are definitely the hardest thing to find if you're doing any sort of themed tournament, so be aware of that if you are planning on doing one. But we do see an amazing map by Sparky, quite difficult in my opinion. We see a bunch of really difficult LN sections here.
Yeah, and you see even Mash just chopping a lot of the releases.
Yeah, it's super easy to like release early just because of how kind of awkward these releases are, as well as like some of the rice around it.
Yeah, like in this section right here, you see that burst very hard. Could see a lot of people dropping on that.
Yep, and we just continue to see these LNs throughout the entirety of the map.
And I think an important thing to note is that it is uprated to 1.1, so definitely with some of these bursts or ricey portions of it, it'll seem a bit harder.
Yeah, and there's this one burst in the map that you will be seeing later on that is definitely super difficult, and especially the ending on the upright. But even like throughout the entire map, a bunch of these LN releases are going to be quite difficult as a result of the upright, and as we do see, Mash takes a miss on one of those, I believe, shields, and here's the hardest part in the map, I feel. But we just continue on with these super weird LNs.
Yep, and you see that two-handed trill could be something if you're not practiced. Could be definitely something that you miss on.
Yeah, we do see a split trail as well, so definitely possible to take a break on that. Alright, so we do see these actually decently tricky flams right there. Decently difficult to act itself and to full combo, as we do see Mash take a break on it.
Yeah, those flams are hard, but they're so fun to play.
They are. It was crazy how much I just enjoyed them while playing. Alright, and that is Hybrid 1, another one of our shortest maps, so most likely going to be played quite a lot. We will be going on to our final hybrid for the SVs, which will be Hybrid 2, our more Rice Fate-based hybrid. This map is definitely quite LN heavy, as you have seen. But this next map, definitely Rice heavy, especially the ending. I believe this is our shortest map. Let me make sure of that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it is.
And aside, there's kind of like an inverse section with the LLNs, but pretty much the Rice is very much the star of the show for the rest of the map.
Yeah. You see quite a bit of LN in this beginning section. Nothing too. I think this LN isn't too bad. It does have a chance for a miss if you just like hold something or like double tap for whatever reason. But as you did say, it's mostly the ending with kind of hard bursts.
And these releases here are really weird.
Yeah, and we see
The density picks up. Yep, inverse.
But we see a lot more of these Rice sections, some like little streams. And this map is super bursty, as you do see. A lot of really awkward streams and very technical patterns.
And not even just awkward streams, but also awkward releases on the LN to go with it.
Yeah, you do see a bit of those short long nodes, also known as schlongs, in between, intertwined with all these LN, or all these really weird streams and tech patterns.
Yeah, those schlongs while you're streaming is gonna be very hard.
Yep, we have a bit of a break just to gain some act if you definitely missed earlier, which is highly, highly possible.
Yeah, I think for this map, if you do miss, that might pretty much seal the map for the other team because there's not a lot to come back from. Again, this is only 1 minute 53. So very hard. I think less than something like 1600 notes in total.
Yeah, something like that, and most of it is in these little bursts. So definitely a high, high chance of just like maybe misinputting, maybe accidentally clicking the wrong note, misreading for whatever reason.
That is going to do it for our hybrid section though. That was Power Stance by Hollow Base.
Yep, and we will be seeing our SVs coming through. Our first map, quite a well-known map. It is our hopefully our only reuse of the tournament. I'm sorry we couldn't really find any good SV maps, so we kind of just took this. It is a different remix from the qualifiers map. It is.
I was
Excuse my
gonna say, it's a
rudeness.
different remix, so technically we haven't reused songs yet. I don't think, yeah, yeah.
Yep, but this map is loved, so many people should probably know this map.
Yep, it is by Arkwin.
Yep, and we do see, I believe this is our more not memory, reading based SV. Actually, it's memo. I'm sorry. So we do see a bunch of these really weird teleports from the earlier section.
And I think the big thing for Memo here, just a little tip while we are putting out this showcase, 3/4 through the section or through the song, there is like a very weird slow jam stutter portion that you do have to be wary of. I'll try to point it out when it comes.
Yep, and we see here's some slow jam, so be aware your slow jam is going to continue to be tested here.
And we see Mash drop a lot of 300s on the slow jam even. So I think that's going to be kind of something I'll be seeing all weekend.
Yeah, and we do see Mash a bit of a ghost tap there. And this is definitely the memo section, quite a bit of really awkward stutters as well as teleports.
Yep, you get a little memo section and then a bit of a brig after that. But after that, it is back to the memo.
Yep. So there isn't too much to memorize, so definitely probably going to be a bit of a popular L or SV pick.
Yeah, if an SV were to get through, I kind of think it might be 50-50 on what SV a team would want to ban. It's pretty close.
Yeah, that's true actually. But we do see, continuing on with these slow jams, definitely very, very easy to mess up, as we do see Mash messing up quite a bit as well as Epsilon.
Yeah, and as we get into this last section, again, this is the part I was talking about coming up here.
Oh,
yeah, this one right here.
These are brutal.
It's slow jam and then crazy teleports, so you have to be on your game this whole section.
Also, those little jump trails are definitely going to be decent
Yeah.
to add.
Oh yeah.
But we will be seeing a bit more of a hybrid-y section, just coming up to the ending. See if there's any other SVs.
I don't believe so, but I could be wrong.
A minor one, nothing too bad.
Just a minor teleport.
If you've played the earlier section, you're definitely able to play that.
Yeah.
But that is it for SV1. Now onto SV2. Pretty good scores all around from both these players. Mash maybe practicing a bit more.
Yeah, I think so.
Here it is. A Blackie day map. So definitely gonna be reading based. It is dispatched.
And I think, oh yeah, that was the Among Us noise. Thank you, Epsilon. I didn't want to say it, but I guess our friendly players are. Um,
I
I
mean,
would kind of consider this to be a buffed Soren Bushi from the qualifiers. There's a lot of stutter portions, and they are jacks.
ooh, that is good to hear. By the way, this is made by Hollow Sus, so it makes sense why there is the Among Us little horn.
Yeah.
This is our more reading focused SV map as we see. I believe this is a bit of slow jam.
Oh yeah, bit of slow jam, but then after that, it's like Soren Bushi where it like stutters and teleports as it's slow jamming.
Oh, and yeah, as you do say, there's quite a bit of setters here. Very, very difficult to keep a good ack on. Ah,
Yep, and then you end it off with the rolls while it's fast jamming, super hard.
yeah, just continuing on with these really, really weird setters.
I think though that if you are an SV team, this one's gonna be pretty easy with a couple tries to get a crazy ack on, as we've seen from um, some of the other SV picks throughout the tournament. There have been some crazy scores, so I think this one's the one to look for some more.
Yeah, this is also definitely, but this is, I feel, a bit more SV intensive than Excuse My Rudeness.
Oh
So,
yeah, definitely.
gonna be a bit of a toss-up on which one people will be banning or protecting. Maybe you protect this or Excuse My Rudeness. But we will be coming into the last third, just continuing on with these really weird setter rolls.
Yeah, those rolls are I think the main thing where people are gonna drop 200s on, if not misses.
Yeah, and I want to add, I definitely think that this map would be super, super, like, momentum-based, since if you, like, get a miss or, like, a 200, you're kind of gonna be getting those, like, 200s and kind of a miss throughout the entirety of, like, a setter.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just chain 200 or chain miss.
Yep, but we will be coming into the end. That is our last map of the just normal map pool. We will be seeing the tiebreaker now. Just give it a minute. It will be coming up soon. I think that map is definitely going to be quite an interesting map to watch. So I'm excited to see that for this weekend.
And we do see that the match is going to tiebreakers, so thank you, Mash.
Oh my god.
And it is Linus Pride by Botan.
Who's going to win this match?
I don't know, but I am excited to see this map.
I believe Nano Bandusti is actually a player in the map, or in the tournament. So that's gonna be interesting to see, how they play their warm up, if they do, or not their warm up, how they play their tiebreaker, if they do play it.
Yeah, but this is pretty like a standard S or tiebreaker where it's super long at 4 minutes and 41 seconds, and it just has a sprinkle of everything in it.
Yeah, definitely. We see a bit of these really weird, weird snapping releases here, as well as quite a nasty burst right there. Quite a bit of a step up from any of the other maps in the map pool.
Yeah, those streams are not ergonomical.
Yep, and some of these LNs too, as we saw in the second and third column, just a little trill, gonna be decently difficult to hit. This is definitely quite a physical pick, so you will be wanting to put in your physical players in general for this.
Yeah, and I really think that starting this round, we're not gonna see FCs out of every team all the time. There's definitely, especially for the lower seeded teams, it's gonna be a lot of misses throughout. So I think combo is kind of the name of the game at this point.
Yeah, I also don't think we'll be seeing double S's on the tiebreaker, hopefully, as we did see quite a bit in the last tiebreaker. Just quite a
If
bit of a
someone, yeah,
step
if
up.
someone gets an SS on this, I mean, I can think of a few people who will SS this, but
I think there's
I
a
don't
few
think
people who
everyone.
can, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure
exactly,
on
exactly.
command.
On command, no, not at all.
Just because of all these bursts just scattered throughout the map, as well as having to hold these LNs in between it.
Yeah, and a friendly reminder to all of the teams to do practice this tiebreaker, because you do not want to be in that situation where you get to tiebreaker after mounting a really good comeback and it turns out that you didn't practice at all, so there goes your comeback.
Oh no. But we do continue to see some of these, a lot of these bursts we saw in the earlier section, a quite long stream right there, as well as these LNs on different snappings.
Yeah, aside from the LNs, the speed sections are definitely what makes this map so hard as it is.
Yeah. We are halfway through the map already, both players doing quite well, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think for some of these sections, it's not really hard to get back to that combo cap, but then you start back on a speed section or kind of are not expecting the weird releases on the LNs to pop up again, and then you might fall back down to that 0 combo.
Yeah. And I think even these little LN sections, we saw a bit of an inverse section earlier. Definitely quite difficult, but these speed sections are super, super hard. We see a slight break, so you will have some time to compose yourself if you aren't already.
And there's pretty much only one more main section after this break here, where you get back into the speedier side of things, as you see.
Yep, I just want to add, this is also a song by Camellia. I think this is remixed by Camellia, so we do see more Camellia tiebreakers, don't worry.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Get baited with another Camellia tiebreaker.
But yeah, we do see a lot of these really difficult speed sections just throughout the entire map. We are approaching the last 8.
And those releases on some of these sections are really weird on the side of the noodles.
Yep, as well as some of the shields that we do see.
Yeah, shields as well.
I think especially these like speeds going into little LNs is gonna trip up some players, maybe catch a few misses.
And after one little LN section to top everything off, and then a bit of speed interspersed as we've seen throughout, it is gonna end our tiebreaker and all of the maps for this showcase.
Yep, that was our tiebreaker. MASH does take the win on the entire match, actually. The tiebreaker is the only thing that matters, as we all know.
Oh yeah, as we saw with me and Sparky playing tiebreaker in round of 32.
But yeah, that is it for the map pool. I guess a few things just to talk about. One, be aware you do have your conditional matches. So I have seen people begin to start their reschedules. I will be approving those as soon as I get time. But yeah, be aware if you're in the losers bracket, you have 2 matches to play this weekend if you win your first one. Also, be sure to practice the tiebreaker.
Yeah, again, you did say the schedules are out, so in case you didn't see the ping or something, go ahead and check our Discord. We do have schedules out. This is the first round, again, just to rehash everything, this is the first round to be first to 5, so it is best of 9. And we'll try to get that map pool pack out to you guys as soon as we can. I think Epsilon's going to be working on that, just to place blame on someone else in case that doesn't happen.
Yeah, either blame Epsilon or blame me. One of the two. It always works.
Or blame Hyper.
Or blame Hyper. But yeah, that will be it for this showcase. I am super excited to see the matches this week specifically, since I feel they're going to be super exciting.
Oh yeah, and we are cutting down another 4 teams this week, so
Ooh.
it's gonna be sad to see them go, but we do have to move on with the tournament. So yeah, but that's gonna be it for this showcase. I'm Dynascape, and I'm joined by Sun Apple. Sun Apple, you got anything else to say?
I don't think so. Just be sure to practice. Good luck on your matches. And that's about it. I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll
Goodbye.
see you in the next one.